Hello students, today we are going to deal with topic carbon and its compound. Carbon, of course, one of the very well known elements found in the nature, and it is also used in our day-to-day life. Carbon, it has symbol C, its atomic number 6, mass number 12, carbon 12. The students, carbon is such an element without which we cannot imagine our life. Without carbon, maybe the existence of this world, the universe, might not have been possible. It has such a large number of compounds, which can be compared with the number of compounds found by all other elements. That is why in chemistry carbon is studied in a separate branch, organic chemistry. Actually, the compounds of carbon other than oxides of carbon, carbonates and bicarbonates of metals, all other carbon compounds are kept in organic chemistry. Initially, organic chemistry has a different definition, that those substances are found inside the body of the organism. That is why those compounds are said to be organic compounds. But later, it was proved that carbon compounds can be synthesized in laboratory too. After that, this concept was changed. The new definition of organic chemistry was accepted. So, in organic chemistry, we studied mostly the compound of carbon with oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, etc. Here, we will start with that. So, first of all, carbon. It is one of the versatile elements. What? It is one of the versatile element which has large number of compounds. How it is possible? Why it is possible? The answer is that carbon can form large number of compounds. It can also form large chains because of its tetravalency. It can form covalent bond with other carbon atoms to form long chain. No other elements form such large chains. Actually, the ability to form large chains by carbon is known as catenation, and this property makes carbon a versatile element. Versatile elements means which can form so many number of compounds. Now, first of all, here we will study about bonding in carbon. Bonding in carbon. Yes, carbon form covalent bond with other carbon atoms. Covalent bonds are formed by sharing of electrons. Though the compounds here are formed by formation of covalent bond between carbon and carbon atoms, or between carbon and other atoms of the elements, but it is quite stable. Why it is quite stable? Because carbon has got a small atomic size. Due to its small atomic size, the distance of electrons from the nucleus is less, which increases the inter actually the force of attraction between charges which are present in outer cell as well as the charges which are available inside the nucleus. So as there is less distance between the nucleus and the outer cell, the force is strong. So students, carbon is able to form large number of compounds. Carbon is able to form stable compounds. That is why carbon is known to be a very versatile element. Now, while we discuss regarding the bond formation, carbon is tetravalent. It has got its valency 4. It means carbon, it has got 4 valence electron in its outermost shell, or you can say in valence shell. So when it forms compounds, it acquire covalent bond. It means the compounds are formed by sharing of electrons, and those electrons which are shared are known to be shared pair of electrons. Shared pair of electrons are very strongly bonded. That is why the compound which are formed, those compounds are also very stable compounds. Let us now discuss about the covalent bond which are formed here. The covalent bond which are formed by carbon, that may be single covalent bond, double covalent bond, triple covalent bond. So, now I will show you single covalent bond, double covalent bond and triple covalent bond. Covalent bonds are formed by sharing of electrons from the valence shell. Now, H2, this is a molecule of hydrogen. So how the covalent bond will form? You know already, you have already studied in earlier class. In class 9 you might have studied that covalent bond is found between the atoms of nonmetals. Nonmetals share electrons because they have a tendency of gaining and sharing. Now, hydrogen. So hydrogen, its valence electron 1. Another hydrogen atom, its valence electron is 1. Now, after the sharing, this is shared pair electron. What? Shared pair electrons. Shared pair electrons, or you can say this can be written like this. Okay. This shared pair electron is counted in both the sides. Both the hydrogen will count it on its own part. So these two electrons will be for this first hydrogen also, and the same 2 electron will be counted in the second hydrogen also. In this way, both the hydrogen has obtained or got its duet or its nearest noble gas configuration. You know what is the nearest noble gas to hydrogen? Nearest noble gas to hydrogen is helium. Helium has atomic number 2. So it has got 2 electron in its first cell, and that is satisfied cell. So after having 2 electron in its shell, hydrogen also acquired the stable configuration just like helium. Now take another example. So this can be also written as H-H. This dash is for single covalent bond, because one pair of electron is being shared here, so one dash can be shown here like this, hydrogen dash hydrogen. Now oxygen, O2 molecule, take O2 molecule, 2 atoms of sorry, 2 atoms of oxygen, 1 atom, 2 atom. Now what is the number of valence electrons in oxygen? The number of valence electrons in oxygen is actually the atomic number of oxygen is 6, so its configuration will be 8, so its configuration will be 2 6, 2 electron in K cell, 6 electron in L cell. So you can present 6 electrons here like this. Now both the oxygen atoms have got 6 valence electron. Now, so if it is shared like this, this oxygen has got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons. So to get the nearest noble gas configuration, it has to go for next bond. Now two, 4, 6 to 8. So this oxygen has got its octet configuration, it is stable. This oxygen has also got its octet configuration, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So both has got 8 electrons. Overall, how many two bonds have been formed? So it can be also written like this, O double dash O. This implies O2. So this is the double bond formation in oxygen. In the same way, when you do the configuration, sharing of electrons in case of nitrogen molecule, you have to go for triple bond. So students, covalent bonds are formed between atoms of nonmetals. It is formed by sharing of electrons. The shared pair of electrons are counted on both the sides. It means both the parties count that shared pair of electron in its own orbit. Now let's go to next topic. Actually, next topic is versatile nature of carbon, that I have already explained you that why carbon is said to be a versatile element. Carbon is said to be a versatile element because it has 4 valence electron and it has the ability to form long chain with other carbon atoms, which is very stable also, and large number of compounds can be formed in that way also. So carbon is known to be a versatile element. All the living organisms contain carbon. Without carbon, life cannot be imagined. That is why carbon, which has got such a vast number of compounds, which can be compared with the compounds found by all other elements, and it has got a separate branch of chemistry known to be organic chemistry. So carbon can be regarded as versatile element. Yes, silicon is also an element which shows some catenation, but not more than 7 or 8 atoms can be linked in a chain. It has not such a great property of catenation. So silicon is not as versatile as carbon. Now we'll move to next topic, saturated and unsaturated. Saturated and unsaturated carbon compounds. The compounds of carbon and hydrogen which have single bond, or the compounds of hydrocarbons having single bond between carbon atoms, are called saturated hydrocarbon. Saturated hydrocarbon have single covalent bond. Unsaturated hydrocarbon. Unsaturated hydrocarbon may have two or double or triple bond. What? Double or triple covalent bond between carbon atoms. Actually, saturated hydrocarbons are not so reactive. Unsaturated hydrocarbons are reactive. So, through an skeleton, saturated hydrocarbon, here, this is the skeleton of hydrocarbon having two carbon atoms. See, carbon, another carbon, it is connected with single covalent bond. So, this skeleton represents the skeleton of a hydrocarbon which is saturated in nature. Now, what can be this? It can be carbon, hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. So, altogether 2 carbon 6 hydrogen means 2 carbon 6 hydrogen means C2H6. This is a compound known as ethane. This ethane is a saturated hydrocarbon because both the carbons are connected with each other by a single covalent bond. Now, let us take another example. C 3 carbon atoms, 1 hydrogen, 1 hydrogen, 1 hydrogen, 1 hydrogen. Now, this is also a compound known as propane. How I am able to write it, how it has got this name, you will get to know later on. So right now, just you need to focus here. Single bond, single bond, single bond. So 3 single bonds are there between carbon atoms. So carbon atoms are connected with each other, linked with each other, bonded with each other by single bond. So it is an example of saturated hydrocarbon. Propane is saturated hydrocarbon. Now, unsaturated hydrocarbons are the compounds of carbons and hydrogen in which two carbon atoms has double or triple bond. Now, see, carbon carbon double bond, this compound is known as ethene. This compound is known as ethene. So students, you can see here there are two bond, double covalent bond between these two carbon atoms. So this is an example of unsaturated. This is unsaturated hydrocarbon. Carbon carbon triple bond. Now, so triple bond means out of the 4 electrons, you can see here 3 electrons of both the carbon atoms are bonded here. So one more electron is free, one more electron is free. Let it bond by hydrogen. Now, so this C triple bond, one hydrogen at this end. This is ethyne. This is ethyne. So as here you can see this is the triple bond. So it is unsaturated hydrocarbon. Unsaturated hydrocarbons. So finally, I would like to sum up here saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon is very clear to you all, compounds of carbon and hydrogen. If there is single bond between carbon and carbon atoms, the compound will be saturated. If there will be double or triple bond between two carbon present in the chain of that compound, it will be unsaturated, like this ethene and ethyne. So students, you need to practice it. In the next video, we will move ahead with another topic. So surely give your comment, how do you like it or not, what improvement can be done. So also get connected with it, so that whenever this type of video is made for you, you can get it at right time. For that, if you think it is useful for you, you may subscribe, otherwise that's up to you, not a compulsion to anyone. Thank you.